Hello everyone, welcome back to Super Medico. My name is George and I'm an intern at Govt Trivandrum. And here I am back with another video after a very long time. It's been pretty busy. How surgeoncy life is so hectic, and after every day's work, the only wish you have is to have some sleep or go somewhere to eat or watch movie or something, because making a video is a lot of work, to be honest. If you want to shoot really good stuff, you have to put a lot of time into it, editing, making scripts, uploading and stuff like that. And today I decided that I would talk about my 4 months of house surgency life. Okay, and this is a vertical video. I'm just trying out something new, and let me know how you like it. So house surgency is the culmination of a medical student's life. 1 year you're posted in various departments across the hospital, right from medicine, surgery, pediatrics, ortho, ops, and everything. And you actually work as a doctor in that department. Till that time, you are a medical student. You are like just a passive observer. From now on, you are an active participant in the activities, and your work ranges, you know, hugely depending on the departments and depending on the units where you're posted to, and depending on the workload. How does it work up? It's different everywhere. So typically, a house surgeon or an intern is expected to, first thing, look after patients, examine patients, write the records, monitor them, okay, doing investigations, taking blood, sending blood, uh, doing procedures like lumbar punctures, intubation, assisting in surgery, sometimes perform minor surgeries, and taking deliveries, and the stuff goes on. Taking COVID swabs, yeah, we did a lot of them actually. A typical day for me actually starts in the morning. Some postings I have to reach the posting by about 7 a.m. or 6:45. Some of them I have to reach, usually most of the postings I have to reach by 8 a.m. Okay, so it would means getting up somewhere about 6:30, freshening up, getting out of the hostel by 7:15 to have breakfast, and going over to the hospital. So I do a lot of walking, so I walk around from the hostel. It's pretty close by, all the buildings and stuff. Once you reach there, you go sign your attendance in the office. Then you go to your wards. So if you are in a ward day, you will have something called rounds. Rounds means the senior doctor would come, the postgraduate doctors would come, the senior residents would come, and finally the house surgeons would be also there. And what we would do is we would take a round of all the patients we have. We have the case book. So before the rounds, usually we go and see the patients. We write a progress. Take the vitals, that is the pulse, blood pressure. We check the abdomen, the chest, whether it's okay and stuff like that. And we write the notes. And then when the senior doctors come, we present the cases. Usually the postgraduates present. Sometimes we present, and we go and the sirs and madams would tell, do this stuff, do that stuff. We make a note of these things down. And then after the rounds typically changes from unit to unit. Some people finish it fast, some people take time. And after all the rounds, then we go back to work on that whole stuff, that list, to complete it before night. And depending on each posting, the work changes. So in some postings you don't have much work, you can usually get out by afternoon. Some postings you maybe have to stay till midnight to finish the work, and some postings you can get out by evenings. It varies. Then sometimes you have duties. Duties are usually 12-hour duties. You're posted in different places. For example, it can be ICUs, it can be casualties, it can be labor rooms, it can different places you're posted, and you monitor stuff, you do stuff, you do this thing as a doctor. So you're actually a doctor, and it's a really special feeling, because you are entrusted with the responsibility of the patient, telling the senior doctors when you see something wrong. Okay, maybe we are not as experienced as them, but we are expected to recognize when things are going bad. So we could get help of senior doctors, and do stuff to save the patient. So we are the people who are the first line. We are the people who see the patient first in the wards or not, and then we are the ones who go and report it to the senior doctors, because that's how the thing works. Even in casualty, we are the first people to see, and then we start the things, and the senior doctors would come, the postgraduates would come, give the medications, tell us. Yeah, and it's a big learning experience, because a lot of the procedures it's not taught in MBBS. It's like things you learn by doing. So it's expected to be learned during house surgency. For example, taking blood. Nobody teaches how to take blood in MBBS, or and when you come to house surgency, it's like go take blood, and like you'd be like sitting there, what to do. Sometimes the postgraduates would come teach us. Sometimes the sister G's would be there. They have a lot of experience, so they'll teach us. One thing I'll talk about is something called ABG, arterial blood gas analysis. So arterial blood gas analysis, it's usually taken by doctors. We usually palpate for the artery, the pulse, and then we insert the needle and take the blood from the artery. Okay, that's the whole concept, and it's a bit difficult to get, especially. I guess on the third day of joining house surgency, I was posted in ICU, and I was expected to take ABGs of about 15-16 patients every night. Okay, and I had to wear the PPE. It was a COVID ICU, and it was my first time there, and it was pretty scary, especially not getting that, and you're wearing all those PPE kits, and you try so much, you feel really, you're not getting the blood, you feel so kind of depressed, you feel like you want to cry, what to do, because you have to get the blood somehow, because depending on the result, the ventilator settings need to be changed, the treatment needs to be managed and stuff like that. So you have to do something, but you're not getting the blood, you feel so dejected. And at those times, sometimes you have senior doctors who might come and help you, you might have nurses who might come and help you, and sometimes you're all on your own. You have to you have to somehow try and finally get it. And maybe from that month to now, I could say I've definitely improved in taking ABGs. I don't have to struggle as much as then. Now I am able to get it faster. So not perfect, even I make find difficult at times, but definitely the skill is improved, right? That's what I'm talking about. It's all about attaining skill. It's not about just learning stuff. MBBS, the college life, the 4 years, you are learning theory. You're not learning the the experience part, or the skills part is something mainly you earn in the internship. And that's what I've told in the video, I guess, about how to choose a medical college. That is really important, that you get into a college with a lot of patience. You should have ample amount or ample opportunity to learn. Okay, if there are a lot of patients and you're not allowed to go and learn, then there's no use. If you're not allowed to learn procedures, there's no use, right? So that way, TMC is really, being a student of TMC is really blessed, big blessing for me, because you have ample opportunities. If you want, you can learn. Everything is there. Okay, whatever you want, you can learn. Actually, that is the specialty, right? I have friends, some of them have done what PGs only do. Like, that is not expected of a medical student. Like, I'm an MBBS graduate. It's only expected of a PG student. Those people have done that in house surgency, and I have some friends who have done pretty high levels of while in MBBS, being an MBBS student itself, because they had the urge to learn, the interest they showed, and the faculty was like, yeah, come on, try this out. And that's the thing. So it all depends on your curiosity, you're willing to learn and stuff like that. And things are not always glamorous. Sometimes you feel really depressed, really sad by the workload. You have piles of work that keeps on adding up, it doesn't get over. Sometimes the faculties or the people who supervise you might shout at you, maybe because you did a mistake. Sometimes you're not in the mood, actually. You might have mood swings, or maybe sometimes a patient's bystander simply shouted at you for no reason, for no fault of yours. Might be a fault of somebody else, or a misunderstanding. But it's easy to say that you should face it and stuff, but it's pretty tough times. And if the mental health is mental health as a thing is not at all regarded in the medical profession. Even though we have psychiatrists, we study about mental health, nobody talks about it. No, you can't give it as an excuse, for maybe sometimes you are not able to do your work to your perfection. You can't give that you're facing a mental health issue as an excuse for that. Maybe I have spent some days, many nights straight without sleeping. I did a whole day night duty, went to work the next day, full day I stayed. I had night duty that day, full day I stayed. Even the next day I had to work, but I couldn't fall short of my work. I was expected to work to my full capacity. You won't expect a driver who has not slept to drive you, right? That's the usual example. But for a doctor in India, that's not the case. You are expected to work, and that's the pretty sad part of this whole thing. At times, yes, but there are other postings where it's pretty much more chilled. You have free time, you can enjoy, you can do your work too. There are, that is there, and also there are times like which is very stressful too. But it's all part of the experience, right? You need to have a mixed masala. If it's a single flavor throughout, you won't feel, you'll get tired of it at some time, right? So there's a mixed masala, that's better, right? Yeah, that's the way you should think about it. And so yeah, it's just 4 months over. I've gone through obstetrics and gynecology. That means labor room, gynec wards and stuff like that. Then I've gone to ortho, and I've gone to pediatrics, and now I'm doing surgery and anesthesia now. Surgery, I've still 2 months left. Anesthesia is going to get over now. And I have medicine, optional postings, ENT, SPM left. And I guess after 8 months, this is going to be all over, and I'll finally get my permanent registration as a doctor. And so that's my experience as a house surgeon, or the day of life of an house surgeon. And as you know, I forgot to talk about my sleep schedule, right? So after the whole work gets over, you go and sleep at night. And some days, to be honest, when the workload gets too much, you won't get a chance to eat lunch at times. You compensate it by having dinner at time. Some days you're able to eat 3 times a day. Some days after night duty, you go straight to the wards, you can't eat breakfast, and that's all part of, unfortunately, that's a part and parcel of medical life. Nobody complains, just everybody does the work, and I thought, people should know about it. Like, before you come to this field, something you should know about, it's not like a super glamorous, especially as a postgraduate or a house surgeon or a junior doctor. You would definitely face all these things, and that would definitely be a huge chunk of your life. Each postgraduate degree takes 3 years, and super specialty takes another 3 years, so you have a lot of years. So all those time you would be having this difficult working hours and stuff like that. So you should be prepared for that when you come to MBBS. But if you ask if it's worth it, definitely it depends. If you like the subject, if you like the work, if you like interacting with patients and stuff, definitely it's worth it. So no complaints, but I thought you should know people who are, it should be an honest thing, right? What is the life of a house surgeon like? That's what I want to tell. And it definitely, this changes depending on the hospital too. I'm talking about Govt Medico Trivandrum. That's a pretty busy hospital. It's a tertiary care center. That's why this is the case. But definitely there are other hospitals which are not that busy, so your workload will be much lesser. It depends on that, okay? And some, that's also there. So I'm talking about my college. So yeah, I used a lot of Zooms, right? Okay guys, so that's it. And I guess I'll see you with another video soon. I can't say soon. Sometime. Okay, bye bye.